Hello everyone, my name is Anna Herby. I am a second-year master's student. I'm about to graduate from the nutrition program, and I'm excited to be here to talk to you guys about eating for depression, how to use greens to fight the blues. So when you think of food that you eat when you're sad, it might be something like this. A lot of cake, more cake, fat and sugar. What's better? What's going to make you feel better than that? In the short term at least. Maybe chocolate, burger, or here's Bridget Jones reminding us of our favorite comfort food, a pint of ice cream. Ben & Jerry's, I think is what she does. But is that really going to help you out in the long run? It may be time to consider a different option. So can vegetables and plant foods really help you feel better? Well, recent studies have shown that increasing consumption of vegetables will cut your odds of developing depression by about half. Now this is not even a lot of vegetables that were looked at in this study. It was going from 0 to maybe 3 servings of vegetables per week. And that cut the odds of participants developing depression by 60%. Another study took some people, put them on a plant-based diet, removed all of the animal products, replaced them with plant products, whole plant products, and they reported improvement in their mood within just 2 weeks. So we're going to talk a little bit about how this works. The researchers in that study blamed the arachidonic acid, which is found in chicken and eggs and other animal foods, which actually causes a cascade of inflammation in your body, which then goes to your brain, and that's associated with depression. But a different way that this elevation in mood works is by the good things in plants. There's a class of phytonutrients that actually crosses the blood-brain barrier and has positive implications in your brain health. And a recent review in the journal called Nutritional Neuroscience suggests that eating lots of fruits and vegetables may present a non-invasive, natural, and inexpensive therapeutic means to support a healthy brain. So a little bit about the underlying biology. Here we have 2 nerves. Here's the end of one nerve and the beginning of the second. And there's a gap in between, you'll notice. And so the way they communicate with each other is through little chemicals that travel through that gap. Those are called neurotransmitters. They go from the first to the second. And some examples of those are serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine. So once they travel down, they sit on the receptor, they send their message, and then they get taken back up by the little pink enzyme, number 8 over there, and they go back to be recycled. But in addition to that, our body is constantly making more of these chemicals, neurotransmitters, and so there's an enzyme, number 1, the little Pac-Man enzyme. It's called monoamine oxidase, and it chews up the extra neurotransmitters just to keep a really good balance. And so it's been shown in people who have clinical depression, they have elevated amounts of the Pac-Man enzyme, the monoamine oxidase. So it chews up, it breaks down the neurotransmitters at a higher rate. So you have fewer that actually are communicating. So your communication in your brain is kind of decreased. So there is a class of antidepressants that works as a monoamine oxidase inhibitor, which downregulates this enzyme. So it's not chewing up as many of the neurotransmitters, so then you can have more communication, more signals going back and forth in your brain. But this drug actually has some negative side effects that some people may not want, so it's kind of a drug of last resort. So now we can talk about fruits and vegetables roles. Luckily, nature gives us natural antidepressants in the forms of plant foods, such as kale, apples, green onions, berries, green tea, among many others. These have a phytonutrient in them called quercetin, and that actually works in the same way as a monoamine oxidase inhibitor. It downregulates that Pac-Man enzyme, so it's not chewing up those neurotransmitters quite as fast. So this explains why people report a better mood within just a few weeks of increasing their plant foods in their diet, as well as to why there's a 60% decrease in the odds of developing depression with increasing your fruit and vegetable intake by just 3 servings per week. So next time you're feeling kind of down and want to go for your pint of Ben & Jerry's, consider a bell pepper instead. Having the habit in your body, in your life, of increasing your intake of plant foods, eating as many as possible, will have long-lasting implications for your mood and your overall health. And when you feel better, when you're healthier, you're gonna be happier. So it works at many different angles. So given the plethora of other health benefits associated with eating fruits and vegetables, for example, better digestion, decreased risk of cardiovascular disease, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, chronic diseases like that, this is just another reason to remember to eat your vegetables. And I want to thank you. If you want to learn more about the power of plants, I encourage you to visit this website, nutritionfacts.org.